Hi guys, I'm Devin. I'm one half of Stitches and Sundries Fiber podcast. So I'm recording by myself today because I was exposed to COVID and I've had to quarantine. So Lauren couldn't be with me. You guys have already seen, or should have seen, that she did a floss tube stitch with me live on our channel. So that was her contribution, and we usually record 2 episodes at a time. So that was what she did, and this is what I'm doing. Welcome to the Devynn Show. So, I had something fun to talk about today. I kind of didn't know what to do, I didn't want to keep up with our normal episode just because that seems odd to do without my partner. So kind of had to come up with something different to do. So I will be talking to you guys about project planning. This is a video, if you've been watching our channel, I've talked about doing it before in the past. Excuse me. So, this video will be all about my Instagram Make 9, which it's March. We're all kind of past that, right? Well, I didn't just make the cute little 9-gram image and then move on with my life. I've actually been working on it. So I wanted to talk to you about that because for me, unfortunately, some plans have had to change. So first off, I'm going to try to show you my tablet, which is not doing so great on the battery, but originally, these are the 9. Well, maybe I can I do that dimmy thingy? Will that help? I don't know. I don't know how to. Oh my god. Okay. So these are the 9 patterns that I chose originally. They are Missoni Accomplished is the sweater in the upper right. Floriste is the sweater in the middle, top row center. This shawl here is Scania. This is the Unbearable Hat. This here in the center is Floor. All the way over here is, oh my gosh, I can't hold this. This is a mess. It's Pressed Flowers. And then the bottom row is Birds of a Feather, the Malay Mittens, and then Dandelion Fields Poncho. So, when I chose these 9 items to make, I guess I should kind of go over what I want to talk about them. I've had to do some project planning, and then I've also had to do some reconfiguring of the plan. Because when I originally chose those 9 items, I wasn't thinking about other life goals and such. So without going too far into detail, because you guys are here for yarny stuff, not life stuff as much, but I am trying to save money. So a couple of the patterns on there, I just do not have the yarn and stash to make them happen. So I've kind of been a little pouty about that, but I also want to use up some of the beautiful skeins that I have in my stash. In comes the fun part. We're going to try to figure out what Devin wants to do to replace the patterns that she can't do. So, of the ones I showed you, Pressed Flowers is a shawl. It's a DK weight shawl. And I don't have a stash of DK. I never buy DK. So, unfortunately, that is just one that if I stick to my current plan, which is just use what you have, try not to buy yarn, try to keep it under control. If I stick to that shawl is not really going to fit in that plan. And then the other one is the Unbearable Hat. It is also DK weight. And while I could, for that hat, I've thought about, you know, holding fingering together to make it happen. I just know I won't be happy with the result. So what I want to do is replace, those two patterns for sure. The other pattern, I realized today as I was putting together some yarn to talk about these projects with you, that I may actually be able to pull the other one off in a weird, crazy way. So I will start with going over those patterns, what I like about them, and what yarns I've chosen for them. So to start with, I'll go with ones I have in stash. So Missoni Accomplished. It is a raglan top-down easy peasy sweater. It's a free pattern by Espastrico. I have, and I did buy this at the very beginning of the year, so this is not a great start, but I didn't realize my financial goals until after I kind of already made my yarn goals. Priorities, right? So I have picked out two yarns to make this sweater. This and this. So this one is Lichen and Lace in the color Rose. It is a sport weight yarn and it is Canadian wool. This one is Ross Farm Fibers. I bought this when they did Maryland Sheep and Wool yesterday, or not yesterday, I don't know why I said yesterday. Maryland Sheep and Wool in May of last year, yesterday. So they had this really awesome, and look, this has the picture of Sarge, the sheepy that it came from. So I was really excited about that, and I think these are going to make a perfect sweater. One thing I can say is the sport weight. This is sport and this is DK, so I might run into a little bit of gauge issues, but I'm just going to wing it and make it happen. That's my style. Trying to use stash yarn. So I'm really excited about that pattern. I can't wait to get started on that. I'm trying to finish up some other things that I have going on because I have too many whips right now to start any of these. I am, however, working on one of the Make 9 projects too. So next sweater, Floriste. Ooh, do I say in here? Did I put all the information? Was I a smart person? Sorry, Nordland. I'm mispronouncing that. If you go on my Instagram, everything is linked, and I can link it below in our video. I came with no notes, so this is what you're getting. It is a beautiful cardigan. Meh. I'm trying to make this work. So, this picture might not. Can I get to it? Just bear with me while I look it up on her Instagram, you know, because it's probably super fresh, you know. I have yarn that I've had for a while in my stash for this sweater. Oh my gosh. Which I don't see on her Instagram like ever. It's probably pretty old. Turds. Whatever. Give me just a second here. I don't get it together. So, the yarn I have for that is fun. I bought this yarn from Loop Yarn Shop in Philadelphia. Okay, my tablet is just not cooperating. Like, I literally tried to open a browser because I thought, oh, I'll just go to Ravelry. But, by the way, this is the Amazon Fire 7. Sucks. I hate this thing. It's my very first tablet, and I can tell you it's not a good one. So, the yarn I have is Brooklyn Tweed Loft. I think it's called Loop. I think it's called Loop, and it is a yarn shop in Philly. Gonna go with Philly. It is where I have bought the Brooklyn Tweed Shelter base, which I knit my flax sweater out of. So I will be using this to do the Floriste, which I am probably butchering that. I don't know. I'm sorry. I wish I knew how to say things correctly. Not the best, but moving on. So that's a pattern that I'll be keeping and I will continue to do because I have the yarn in stash. Yay. Oh my gosh, my tablet is just, it is just so sluggish. I should have made notes. You know, a smart person wouldn't have made you guys suffer as I scroll my own Instagram trying to find my Make 9 post that I went away from like a smart person. It's a good thing I don't post often on Instagram. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the next one, I started this, so I'm not going to show you the start because I'm going to save it for our podcast, which we are recording not tomorrow because tomorrow's Saturday, but we're recording this Sunday. So you'll see it in 2 weeks from now. And I just don't want to spoil the fun that is this shawl. So this one is Floor. It's another Espace Tricot pattern. I'm not sure if it's always free or if it was just free when I got it, but I have some really awesome yarn for it. Very excited about this. And I started it already. So this is Madeline Tosh. I'm so bad at this. It's Madeline Tosh something. I'll look it up in just a minute. I have my book. I have my book that I put everything in. Oh my god. Okay, just dislocate my shoulder. And you guys got a great shot of my sweaty forehead. I'm so pretty. Winter's Rest. Mad Tosh, Tosh Merino Light. That's what this is. My junk journal yarn journal thing saves the day. So that will be going with, this is Pandia's Jewels. She's Nimruz on Instagram, and this is a base I don't think she offers. I feel like I say that every time I talk about her yarn because I've kind of bought her yarn and then just hoarded it because I never knew what to do with it. This pattern will not use all of this yarn because I'm kind of knitting the pattern a little different from how it's called for. When you read the pattern, you are supposed to hold fingering weight and mohair throughout the whole thing. I don't have that much mohair in stash. This skein is not big enough to go the length of the shawl. And this base is fingering weight. It's a fingering weight strand of yarn with mohair. So it's not quite the same as just using the lace weight mohair that it calls for, but I'm making it work and it looks great, and I'm not going to show you guys, but they are beautiful together. I mean, and this color is elderberry. She does carry this color in her shop. It's just not on this base, but I'm sure she has a mohair base and this would be absolutely beautiful on that. Can you tell this is my color? I mean, just maybe. Wait, it's even on the shawl. Oh, that's me. This is me. This is what you get, guys. Next. So I am really happy about this one. All right, you know, I will go ahead and show you the shawl. I can't help it. Lauren, don't be mad. Don't be mad, Lauren. There might be more update on this Sunday when we record. So this is what I started. I knit this in one day, one whole day of like 8 hours of knitting. I just spent one whole Saturday knitting this, and this hot pink is really blowing out. It is not quite that. I don't even know if I hold it back here. the lighting is just like Shazam hot pink. It's definitely not the same shade as this burgundy elderberry color, but they go together and it feels amazing. I've never knit with Tosh Merino Light before. I can see why people rave about it. I will say, if you are unfamiliar with that yarn, I am certain it will pill. I'm certain it will. Because it is a very fuzzy type of, I think it's a single ply, but it is very soft, and in garter stitch it is absolutely gorgeous. So I am loving that shawl, and I'm really excited to work on it. So that is one of my Make 9 that's actually in progress. Woohoo! What's next? Another one that I have, you guys have seen this one on the podcast, so this isn't really like spoiling anything. This is the Birds of the Feather shawl. So we'll just call this my Make 9 update or something. I am really far on the shawl. I think the shawl has 14 total sections, and I'm at section 8 or 9. Can't remember. This shawl is traditionally knit with a single skein of mohair, or not a single skein, a single color shade of mohair with a single shade of fingering. I chose to do 3 colors, so I have this lovely green with this black. This is the lace section. It is feather and fan, and this is a garter stitch section. The black and the silver are both from Lichen and Lace, and I believe they are, I don't know the colors. I'll link them below. I think the black is maybe soot or charcoal or something like that. I really am enjoying this. This has been one of the most relaxing things. I keep rubbing my nose because the mohair is floating in here. This is one of the very relaxing things to knit. That shows it. That's really pretty. I love how, like, around that feather and fan lace, it is a little wavy. It looks really cute. I obviously have like 9 million ends to weave in, which I'm not loving, but whatever. I'll have to handle that later. And that one I have been working on for what feels like forever, but really isn't, for a while. And it is in a random bag that a cousin gave me that is super cute. It's like this boho sort of, it's got these layers of weird textured fabric. It's fun. All right, what's next? Oh, I have the Malay Mittens I have shown and talked about, and I left the bag on the bed. I'm not going to get it. It's with Loft. I've shown it on our podcast before, and I have the yarn for these mittens. I will show you the mittens because they are gorgeous. I do not have them started. I did start them before, and I had needles that broke. They are so cute, and I want mittens. I want mittens for my winters. Mine will be the hand will be a background of pink and the white, and then on the glove, what is yellow on the glove, mine will be like this color, burgundy, maroon, whatever. So those will be something I work on. I'm gonna do them. I don't have any, I have not replaced my double points, so I will be using holding two, what are they called? Circulars. I'll be knitting it on 2 circulars. Sort of like toe up socks, oh my gosh, why can't I speak? Toe up 2 at a time socks. Oh my gosh, I got stuck. Okay, so I will be doing those mittens in that method because I just don't have double points. I really should get another set, but now I'm on a dollar diet, so no. Improvise is my way. So next pattern, Dandelion Fields Poncho. Okay, I cannot decide what to do about this. I have options. Oh, sorry, that was my water bottle. I want to do something fun and purpley. Ooh, these look awesome on camera. So these are club colorways from Countess Ablaze's Yarn Cartel Club that I subscribed to last year. Freaking loved that club. The yarn was so fun. I have so much yarn because I paid for the big box. So I'm trying to figure out. Oh, this one is my favorite. This one is, I love all. There's so much happening in this game. And this is like, I love this. And it is probably a skein of yarn that I would not have bought on my own. Like, that is one of the benefits of signing up for clubs. I love it. I don't know why I wouldn't have picked it up. I probably would have felt like I don't know what to do with it. But I really want to, I think this will shine in brioche. But I can't decide if like this will be a background and this on top, or if that will even work. Or another thing I've thought of, let me just hold the yarn like this, is my Birds of a Feather shawl, because I am using the silver and the gray. I should have a good bit of the silver left over, because I do think I think I bought 2 skeins and I'm not sure I'll use one. So if I have a whole skein of that left over, I think the poncho needs 4 skeins of yarn of fingering weight. I could be completely wrong, but I definitely cannot decide on, it will be these colors and leftovers. It will either be leftovers from that shawl, or this is that Tosh Merino light that is in my floor shawl, and that would look really great popping up on top of these, I think, for a high contrast brioche. I love brioche. I have 2 projects with brioche. I should figure out how to do a brioche hat. I failed that miserably. Okay, so fun part. I have to replace 2 entire patterns, which really isn't hard. I have yarn. I have like a pile that I'm just sitting on over here. And I have a pile here. So, oh, I'll talk about Scania next. Scania Shawl. It is, oh gosh. Tracy from Grocery Girls knit this shawl. Let me just look it up. If my tablet will cooperate. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. I'm getting somewhere. Slowly. Okay, so this is the Scania Shawl. That's not the designer's picture, but that's a really good picture of it. Tracy from the Grocery Girls knit this, and hers looked very sock monkey-esque. And originally I kind of wanted to do something like that. Like, here is a really nice one. And I think I'm going to try turning the brightness up on my tablet just a smidge. There. That is sort of sock monkey-esque. It's a really awesome shawl. However, I was going to buy yarn for it. I even have, I was going to buy the, I think it's on Webs. What is happening here? Something's happening. Why is this rolling? So I was going to buy it on Webs. I have it all in a cart and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to buy that. And like, I was doing this in January. And I just kind of said, you know, I had just bought this yarn and I said, you know, I'll just hold off and I'll buy it when I'm ready. Well, now I'm like, I'm not going to buy it. So now we're going to do something fun and kind of crazy for me. So that shawl is fingering weight yarn. And you hold 2 different strands of fingering weight together to marl colors. Unfortunately, I don't think I have enough in stash that would marl, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna do some crazy neon stuff. Bright, I don't know. I have these colors and they all go together. Hang on. There's this. This just looks so happy and so fun. And this one would be like a great neutral. I say neutral. It is a white base with neon speckles, so it will bring all of these colors together somehow. I haven't really figured out how to pair the colors together. I'm probably gonna maybe try swatching it out. Maybe. I'm not really the person who does that, but for something like this, because it is so off from what I originally envisioned for this shawl, but it could be really fun. Like, how fun is this? And this. This and this are Baah Yarns, and I bought these as a part of the Casa Pinka Breathe and Hope thingy, to help out my local yarn shop, which is Frostburg Fiber Depot. I bought these from her, and this one's called Slice of Summer. I don't remember what this one is called, but they are Baah Yarns. She may even still have this available on her website. These are really fun colors. I don't know what I'm doing. This is, I think this is Direful Yarns, and it is maybe called They Can't Sit With Us. I think it's from Legally Blonde or Clueless. Maybe Legally Blonde or Mean Girls. It's from something. I think it's from Mean Girls. They Can't Sit With Us. And it's just this super hot pink. This I got, I don't remember where I bought this. At a yarn shop that I was probably just passing through. It was in a discount bin, and it is a single ply fingering weight. The others are all twist, so I'm not sure if I will use this with them, but it looks like it will go based on color, so I might. And then this is the Lemonade Shop's. This is Toxic Oreo. This is like a coveted colorway by the Lemonade Shop. And I'm so sad because they changed how they do, like they changed their entire shopping experience. And so now they're like a shop that constantly sells out, and it's like impossible to get their yarn. When I ordered this, you could just add skeins to, I don't know if it was dyed to order, and now they're just doing updates and it is what it is. I think that's kind of what happened. But for now, you cannot just, you have to like wait forever for them to do an update and then be aggressive as a shopper online. And I suck at that. So I don't know if I'll get more of their yarn because it's pretty competitive shopping. But I love this color. And I think this will go great together in the Scania Shawl. It will be weird. It will be weird for sure. It will not be what I was expecting, but I think I'll be okay with it. You know, I think I can make it through this. So now guess what I'm doing? Trying to go back to my Instagram post. Okay, I found it. That brings us to Pressed Flowers. Is a DK weight shawl. I'm not going to improvise on that. I cannot picture it in my head. I really wanted it to be, ow, just dropped a metal thingy on my foot. Like this kind of color and foresty green or something, or not foresty green, like a green that would coordinate with this, a green that would coordinate. So we'll just call it that. However, I just don't have it. Just don't have it. So it's not going to work. So replacing it. I have options. Let me collect my options. So I haven't picked out what I'm doing. That's the thing. So this is just kind of all talk. But I picked out yarn. I have these two yarns and I think they look da bomb together. This is another Lemonade Shop. This one is super awesome. This is Toxic Hippo and it is a very nice gray with the neon speckles. I love this. It is perfect. You could not ask for a better, like, neutrally neon. If such a thing exists, this is it. They made it happen. And then this is not last year, maybe the year before or the year before that. Geez, I'm really good at this, right? Grocery Girls did the Jingle Balls collaboration with Rose Hill Yarns, and this is the main color for it. It was a sock kit. I don't knit socks, but I wanted this for a shawl, and these two go great together. Oh, I do remember the shawl I was looking at for this. So first I was looking at, it's called Loop by Casapinka. I really am going to try to get to Ravelry while I talk, so we'll see if I can manage that. So the thing about Loop that I didn't like is it's in stockinette. And I do not love knitting. I think it's a crescent shaped shawl. I did Joji Locatelli's 3-color cashmere shawl, and you have 500 stitches and it's stockinette, and I hated it. It was every bit of a chore to get through that shawl. So first I'll show you Loop by Casapinka. And I don't know if Loop would be the same way. I could give it a shot. A shot? Here, I think I found it. This is kind of, I don't know what that laugh was. This is kind of a really popular shawl of hers. Gosh, does the picture really not get any bigger than that? Okay, well, we'll deal with it. This is what we got. I mean, it's better than not having anything. That is. Ravelry just did the, what is that called? Dark mode, and I have not mastered that. I didn't even look at it, but, I have to tilt it so my light doesn't glare too much, but also make it so you guys can see it. This is the challenge of technology. I'm a professional. No, I'm not. I don't even know why I try to be a professional. I'm a mess and I need my Lauren. Is that any better? Okay, so I'm going to show you. It's got these really cool swoop-de-doos. I thought the gray would make a great background color and the Jingle Balls would make a great forefront colors. I don't know if that's how you talk about colors, but that's how I said it. But I don't love stockinette. And I'm just kind of on the fence about it. Also, I would have to pay for a pattern, and that doesn't exactly go with the financial goal. I guess I could tell you a little bit about that. I am actively, aggressively trying to save money for a down payment on a house. No, I do not have a house in mind. I have not even started house shopping. I know what I can get approved for. I have talked to a lender, a local lender, and I've talked to my boyfriend and we've kind of got some plans, but like, we're not ready to buy a house. He has some lingering debts he wants to pay off, and I have some savings goals I want to meet. And I have been sort of casual about my savings goals. Well, now I'm like ready to crush it. I am out to crush it. So I'm trying not to spend a lot of money on knitting. Knitting is the biggest expense in my shopping budget. Like, I don't really, I buy clothes a little bit. Last year, this might be too much of a tangent. I didn't talk about this on our podcast at all last year. This thing rolling is really bothering me. I don't know how you fix that. It's like a velvet thing. This feels so fancy. It's my fancy house coat. Anyway, last year I read the book A Year of Less, and I was inspired. So I really did try to go a year without buying clothes. I made it 8 months, which is pretty substantial from a girl who a couple years ago was buying clothes, not monthly, quarterly maybe, I don't know. I was buying clothes pretty regularly, and not great clothes. Like, a lot of times I go to Gabe's and I would get things that, it's hard being a fat girl. I would get things that would like just kind of fit, and I'd just be like, frick it, I'll wear it, whatever. And so I have this mass of clothing that I end up never wearing because it doesn't fit well. So anyway, kind of went through this, let me go through all of that and donate it, because it is still pretty good quality. It's in great shape because I never wore it. So I spent last year 8 months not buying clothes, and then I did I had to buy some outdoor clothing because I did go to Maine, and I literally only had leggings to hike in, and leggings aren't, the ones I have at least, don't have any substantial material in between the thighs that are doing this. So I did have to buy some pants, a raincoat, a fleece, because I don't have those things as an adult person, but now I do, and I'm very excited, and I feel like a big girl because I have my outdoor clothing now. So this year, or so last year, while I wasn't buying clothes, I did buy yarn. And I definitely didn't spend as much money on yarn as I did on clothes, which is surprising, but true. So this year it is, okay, I feel like I have a really good wardrobe. I get to look like this kind of a crazy lady. I have a lot of yarn. Let me just try not to shop. Like, I don't want to sit here and say I'm going to commit to a year of literally no shopping, because that's unrealistic. And I believe in yard sales and thrifting a lot. So I will be doing those sorts of things, but I'm going to try to reduce any sort of clothing shopping from, like, Torrid's my weakness, because Torrid cares about their fat people. And I'm also going to try to not buy yarn or spend money on patterns, especially when I have patterns. And all of that was to say, I have a pattern that I have knit before. And I'm not typically a person to reknit a pattern, but I really liked this pattern, and I gave the shawl away. And I think these yarns will do well in this pattern. So let me click on this. This is called, what is this called? Oh, it is First Light. It is gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. I love this shawl. I don't know why I was singing. I freaking love this shawl. And I gave it to my sister, and I really love the yarn that I used, and I loved everything about it. I should have kept it for myself, but I was a nice person and I gifted it. But now I can make myself one with these two colors, and it'll be so cool, and I will be happy. I will be so happy. So that was a really exciting story. I'll say I'm replacing one of my Make 9 patterns that I originally chose with something that I already have in stash in both the yarn and the pattern, which, to be honest, most of my Make 9s, I don't have the pattern already in stash. I mean, but I do have some free ones. So that's not too bad. I can talk about that at the end of this. Next one is the Unbearable Hat. Again, DK weight. I really want to do it right. I would love to use BFL yarn with it. I think that would be great. I don't know why that came to mind that I really want to use BFL yarn, but I will do it one day. But this year is not the year for that, because this year is the savings for the house thing. Because I'm going to try to do it. So in the meantime, I will be working on the Doodler, which is a really cool shawl by Stephen West. I like to say most people know his patterns, but I also don't like to say that, because when I first started watching knitting podcasters, I didn't know like any of these famous people with their fancy patterns. Oh, a smart thing to do would have been to talk about the First Light shawl and the things that I like about it. So before I talk about the Doodler, I'll do that. The First Light shawl is garter stitch with a lace panel, and it has a series of short rows in it. It was one of the first shawls I ever knit, and I loved that shawl. I thought it had a perfect like drapery around the shoulders. It was a really great shape, and I love the squishy garter, and it does have lace in it. The lace section, I messed up on it, but I was a novice. I'm pretty sure it's an easy lace pattern. I think it's, I don't know the name of the lace stitches. V's. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was V's. Upside down V's? I don't know. But it was easy once I fixed my mistakes. And I think I'll enjoy that more because it's garter, and I just need some garter in my life. So now I will talk about the Doodler shawl. So can I hold this up this way? Yeah, there we go. This is the Stephen West, the Doodler. It is a really cool shawl. It's got these, it makes me think of a spider web. Oh no! Oh no! I went away from Ravelry. Oh, everything's awful. I'll never get it back. Oh, my tablet is freaking out. Okay, bear with me. I'll get back to it. While it's doing its thing, I'll hold up the yarn that's for it. So, I have these 3 skeins, and there is hell of a dog hair on here, but these are old. They've been in my stash for a while. This is some of the very first indie dyed yarn that I've ever purchased. They're all by, and I might be saying the name wrong. Listen, I might be saying all these people's names wrong. I am so sorry. I suck. Just please bear with me. So, oh, that is awesome and blown out. Maybe back here. I don't know if I had my face, maybe. Pandia's Jewels. This is Wednesday, and I love this. All of these are by her. I bought these very close together. I don't think exactly at the same time. This is Midnight. It is a very solid black. Any white that you're seeing is literally the light reflecting off of it. There is no, this is a solid black. There is no tonality. There's no breaks in the dye. It is a depth. And this is Howlite, which is a very nice whitish with blackish speckles. And I think these are going to go great together for a moody doody, dark and gothy, which, does that describe me? No, but sometimes, adorable shawl that I'm going to show you on not on Instagram, on the Rav. And so that's going to replace the Unbearable Hat. So this is the version of Stevens that inspired me to pick out the colors that I've chose. So those are like the background is the whitish color is like whitish. It's got some gold, it's got some purple speckles, maybe some black speckles. And the bottom sweepty color is the dark purple. And then it's a very light purple that's along the top edge here and is also like the, I'm going to call it the sunblasts or the spider webs. You know, now that I look at this shawl looks very similar to Dotted Rays. I wonder how similar. That is pretty cool. So, Stephen West shawl. I do not own the pattern, so I will have to buy it. I might own the pattern because when I bought these, I literally thought I was going to cast them on right away, and then everything else happened, and they kind of have sat in my stash for a while. So those are all the patterns that I'll be working on for my Make 9. I don't know why it's so important to me to do the Make 9, but I said I was going to do it, so here I am planning to do it. Do I think I'll finish this year? Heck no. I've done this before and I only finished 6. And I have like 2 whole sweaters. The poncho might as well be a sweater. It is a big poncho. The Birds of a Feather is a really big shawl. And I just replaced my Unbearable Hat with one of my smaller projects. And I just replaced it with a big Stephen West shawl. I mean, I have 2 projects on the go and it's March. I don't think I will finish them this month, but I should finish them fairly early in April. So yeah, that's what I've got going on. Let me go into the financials of those patterns. So I'll pull up my handy dandy Instagram. So one of the things I hate about this tablet is I don't know if there's a setting that I just don't know about because I'm a newbie and a novice at the technologies, which is really funny because my boyfriend runs an IT and web design company and I'm like technology stupid. Like I'm just like, help me. You would think that would mean I would always get help on my stuff, but actually I'm usually the last customer that is assisted. Okay, so I'll go over these to the best of my ability. So these are the patterns, and remember for the Unbearable, I'm doing the Doodler, and for Pressed Flowers, I'm doing First Light. So, Missoni is free. I believe the Florist cardigan is paid and I don't own it, so we'll have to buy that one. Scania is paid and I don't own it. First Light is one I own, so that's what I'm subbing these in for. So that's going to be fine. So that's 2 paid so far. Floor is free, or I think I got it on a promotion when it was free, or it always is free. I don't know. What am I doing in lieu? I have, the Doodler. I think I might own that, but if I don't own it, I have to buy it. Birds of a Feather, I did already own prior to this, project planning. The Malay Mittens I already owned, and then Dandelion Fields I will have to buy. So of my 9 patterns, I'm using all yarn in stash at this point. I did, like I said, in January, which was before I decided that I was going to do the financial planning. Girl, get your life together at the beginning of the year instead of in the middle. So at the beginning of the year when I decided this, I bought all the yarn. So now when I'm making the plan of, oh, I have financial goals and I can't buy yarn, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter because you already bought it in January. Does that make sense? Am I allowed to do that? Just make my financial goals after the expense. So I am going to try my best to stick to that. And I really don't want to change the plan I have for these yarns. So I will be buying the Doodler Shawl if I don't own it. So it's 3 to 4 shawls. That's not too bad out of 9 projects. 9 projects with all this yarn and stuff. I showed you, like, if I do all of this, that will be the majority of my fingering weight yarn. Now, every single one of these projects is probably going to have significant leftovers because none of these shawls, I don't know about the Doodler, but I bet it will have some significant leftover. But I bought a food scale, so I'm going to start weighing my stuff, and I don't know if I'll update you guys in my podcast because I'm probably not going to be good at that, but I'm going to be trying to track in my knitting journals the grams that I use as I knit these things, and then I can kind of have a better idea. Like, I have no idea how much is left in this. I can say it's a lot, most likely, like, but I don't know. That's the problem, because I didn't weigh it, so I don't know. I might be able to get an estimate if the tag for that one in particular, it should be in here. Do I have it in here? It's not in there. I don't know. Oh, look, there's a super pretty food crumb. I am not the neatest. I am the person who opens up a book and food crumbs fall out of it. But I'm gonna try. So this book is really handy. It is what I use to anytime I wind up a ball of yarn. This does not mean that the yarn has been used. It just means that I've wound it. I cut off the label and I tape. Usually this is the bit that they tie around the skein, but some people use like a different color to tie around their skein. And so I'll just snip like a little end off, you know, and I tape it in here. And then I go back through and I write down what project I knit with it. Well, I think next year, or this book is full, so I have 1 page left. Next book, I am going to try to do all the taping on one side and write the details. Like if there's notes about the pattern, I'm going to write them in here. And then I'll have an actually useful instead of just, this was just like a cute project that I wanted to do. And I love junk journals. And this is like, look at that. It's got, and I mean, there's like hair sticking out of this because it's got like dog hair in the tape. And food crumbs in the spine, you know. But I really am enjoying that, and I like the memory of it. So this is not 1 year of knitting. This actually starts in 2017, and this right here was my first fancy yarn. It is Malabrigo, which how many people can say that Malabrigo is their first fancy yarn? So many, right? This is a gift from my friend Lauren, who does the podcast with me. And I knit the Easy Goes It free shawl pattern on Ravelry. don't know who the designer is because I didn't write that down because I didn't know better back then. Oh no, I did write it. By Finicky Creations. Look at that. So it's just kind of cool because I have these memories, and like anytime people sent me cards with yarns that I've ordered, that's kind of cute, and I've kept those. Like, I love this stupid thing that I just threw across the room. Yeah. So, you know, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. That's everything I had to talk about. This video is going to go up on our normal record time. You guys aren't going to notice the gap, but there was a gap in our recording and uploading. It's just been crazy because I had to be quarantined, and I did not have COVID, and everything's fine, and my family's fine, and you know, everything's great, but I couldn't record with Lauren, and neither one of us could figure out the technology required to do a record together. And especially just like a one-time thing, we didn't really, you know, for a one-off situation, we didn't really think that we needed to pay for something. So she decided to do a live, and I was going to do like a full-on vlog, but I could not get organized. You see this? I could not get organized, guys. So I have to tell you, before I started recording, I asked my boyfriend, I'm like, I'm literally out of clothes. Can you tell? I'm out of clothing to like just cover my body in. Everything's dirty, and we have a laundry situation. We can't wash everything here because we have irony water, so we have to take our laundry somewhere, and we've been quarantined, so we couldn't take our laundry anywhere. So that's been difficult, and I'm down to like I'm gonna have to start wearing my fancy dresses, which means definitely gonna have to shower more because I don't like to wash them as much so that they last longer. But I asked him, I'm like, so what do you think of this outfit? And I wanted something, because I hate how my forehead looks, you know, and I just wanted something to be on my head, and I knit this. I don't remember the pattern, but it's probably on my Ravelry project page. Anyway, so I'm like, is this okay? And he's like, yeah. And then I asked him, I'm like, I saw my reflection, you know, because I didn't even look. I just put this on, and I'm like, is this okay? And he said, yeah. And then I saw my reflection. I'm like, do I kind of look like a sloppy mom or something? I don't know. Like a housewife? Like, I've been cleaning all day. Like, this is what I'd wear to clean. Except this is too fancy for cleaning. This is my, I don't know. This could be like, I don't know. Like, men have those fancy smoking jackets. This could be like my fancy ladies smoking jacket for my non-smoking habits. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I don't know what's happening up here, but it is the best messy bun I've ever made. I have all of this yarn to knit with for this year, so I'm really excited. I hope you enjoyed this project planning messy Devynn episode, and that you have a lot of fun watching this. And you know, if you have any pointers about projects, or anything to talk about some of the yarns I've got, or maybe you have some financial goals you want to talk about. I mean, I'm always interested in that stuff, like maybe too much. But whatever, if you guys just want to like talk to me about some of this stuff, I'm here for you, yo. All right, I'm gonna go before I embarrass myself any further. Bye, guys.